a little rain on my suit. A little bit of angry makes you cute. And we've been watching this show so long, but it feels like everything that we've grown went back into the pen we used. It won't take long, even when I'm without you, when I'm without you, babe. So listen up and play along. And that's how time flies, like we on a different timeline. Tell me that you're here and feeling down for anything. Oh, I'm down for anything. It's fine line that we keep on walking all night. Tell me that you're here and feeling down for anything. Oh, I'm down for anything. Down, 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 if we can keep it. Down, 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 if we can keep it. Down, down, down. Oh, I'm down for anything. Down, 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 if we can keep it. Down, 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 if we can keep it. Down, down, down. Oh, I'm down for anything. Yeah, we can make a mess inside this booth. You're taking me to places old and new, sweeter sound than our favorite song. And it feels like every time that it comes on, we just roll on till the day's done and the lights gone. And it won't take long, even when I'm without you, when I'm without you, babe. So listen up and play along, yeah. And that's how time flies, like we on a different timeline. Tell me that you're here and feeling down for anything. Oh, I'm down for anything. It's fine line that we keep on walking all night. Tell me that you're here and feeling down for anything. Oh, I'm down for anything. Down, 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 if we can keep it. Down, 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 if we can keep it. Down, down, down. Oh, I'm down for anything. Down, 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 if we can keep it. Down, 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 if we can keep it. Down, down, down. Oh, I'm down for anything. For anything. For anything.
Everything you want, but you can't have. Number one regret, no taybacks. The hole in your chest, that's payback. Payback, yeah, you better take that. You could call me selfish and critical, I could take the blame. Just like I could take a match and send it up in flames. Don't say I didn't want that. This might hurt, but that's just karma. Better take that. Call it payback. Don't say I didn't warn ya. Stay mad, I know you wanna. This might hurt, but that's just karma. That's just That's just karma. Go and play the part, play the victim. Throw a pity party with your demons. Blaming everybody and you're screaming, screaming. But I'm the one bleeding. You're the one that's selfish and critical, you could take the blame. Just like I could take a match and send it up in flames. Don't say I didn't warn you, this might hurt. That's just karma. Better take that. Call it payback. Don't say I didn't warn ya. Stay mad, I know you wanna. This might hurt, but that's just karma. That's just karma. Too hard and really tight. Better say our last goodbyes. Oh, come back, never come back. I don't need you, I don't want that. Karma's got a thing for me. We hold hands, make plans, keep the receipts. Karma, she's my best friend. One step closer, here's how it ends. Karma's got a thing for me. You see, you'll be digging up 6 feet. Karma's never let me down. My smile will kill when I cut you out. It's karma. It's okay to hurt your voice screaming in my face. I know you gotta bark when you don't got bite. Tell me, what's that like? What's that like? Being that insecure, acting up, immature. Had enough, I'm so bored. I'm so bored. It's karma. It's karma. Karma's got a thing for me. We hold hands, make plans, keep the receipts. Karma, she's my best friend. One step closer, here's how it ends. Karma's got a thing for me. You see, you'll be digging up 6 feet. Karma's never let me down. My smile will kill when I cut you out. Snip, snip, cutting your bullshit with a plot twist. Don't waste my time. I don't do toxic. I see you looking at me like she's so sweet. She's so nice. I can do what I like, right? Did I make you cry? I forgot that you're a you know what you are. You're a baby, little baby. You now you got hurt 'cause you made me. Yeah, you know what you are. You're a baby, little baby, little baby. You only got hurt 'cause you made me bored. It's karma. It's karma. It's karma. Snip, 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 snip. I'm so bored.
I've been in and out my mind since I hit your phone. I've been counting up the times that I did you wrong. I just want you by my side when I get real gone. Feel it's been a little while since we got along. Yeah, we've been playing stupid games, the situation rotates. And they say communication, safe relations, okay. Medicated how I'm patient, wasting time ain't the way. 'Cause I can see it on your face. I've been tossing, turning, staying up all night long. I've been calling, yearning, wondering what I did wrong. I could tell by your eyes you got something to hide. So open your mind up, let me inside, and let's make it right. Tell me, baby, what's the problem? 'Cause I keep trying to figure it out. Oh no, oh no. Tell me, baby, what's the problem? I'm only picking up what you're putting down. You'll be tripping, I don't know what about. So what's the problem right now? Okay, now hold up. Let me get something right off my chest. I've been meaning to read into it, time to put it to rest. Is it stress? Is it that I ain't answer your text? Don't you treat it like amnesia, you know I always forget. Stirring the pot real hot, watch how the plot thickens. Around the clock, tick tock, need more than 20 seconds to get your attention before it's on to the next thing. And I'm over here again wondering, can I hold ya, hear your truth, pull you closer, talk it through.
Girl, you know that I'm the one that you can come and complain to. Your silhouette's amazing, but your brain is a maze too.
So can you help me find my way while I find something to say?
I know the arguing just augments everything going both ways, but baby, I can see it on your face.
I've been tossing, turning, staying up all night long. I've been calling, yearning, wondering what I did wrong. I could tell by your eyes you got something to hide. So open your mind up, let me inside, and let's make it right. Tell me, baby, what's the problem? what you're putting down. You be tripping, I don't know what about. So what's the problem right now?
Oh, so suddenly you're poison the air I breathe. But if you don't hate me, then why would you break me? Feel it in my bones, I'm about to lose control. Only so much I'm taking, so get yourself to safety. Cause baby, a storm is coming. You better heed the warning, pray. Don't stay, run away, 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 away. Feel how the rain is pouring. I'm at you like a hurricane. Don't stay, run away, 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 away. Came in and you're looking like a sign of grace. I know, but I can never match your name or face. My fault, I didn't notice it was out of place. You painted fairy tales on the wall, calling to the better of the halves of me. Please show me just a little bit of honesty. I hope I got a heart that I can salvage, but it's getting harder now to recall. I know, but I can never match your name to face my fault. But when I noticed it was far too late, you left a fingerprint on my soul. said that you've been lonely, makes you cold as ice. Hard to get to know me, but better than the lies. No way I'd let you slip by. No way I'd let you say bye. You said there ain't no reason, but I'll sit here every day, waiting for the moment I won't feel like I should stay. No way I'd let you slip by. No way I'd let you say bye. Can we watch it fade, fade away? Can we let it fade, fade away? We'll take it day by day. Can we watch it fade, fade away? You said that you've been searching, silencing your mind, trying to be patient, but running out of time. No way I'd let you slip by. No way I'd let you say bye. You said there ain't no meaning, I just wanna understand everything that led us here, the teardrops when I hold your hand. No way I'd let you slip by. No way I'd let you say bye. Can we watch it fade, fade away? Can we let it fade, fade away? We'll take it day by day. Can we watch it fade, fade away?
Waiting ask for something more. You give me so much less. I wonder why I stay.
Welcome on in, ladies and gentlemen. It's day one of group stages over here in OS. Round number one, Village People versus Arrival 7. We're best of 3 territory now. We've got Border, the map pick of Arrival 7 to kick things off, followed by Clubhouse, and then if we get there, our decider map will be Skyscraper. It's going to be a banger of a day. We're going to start off with some OS, and then we're going to move on to EML this afternoon. So, got a nice long day ahead of you of some great Siege action. And to kick things off, is it any surprise to see it at all? We knew there'd be one some point today. It's going to be that Blackbeard ban, something that we see all the time. Everyone loves to do. Of course, I'm not in the slightest surprised that we see the Blackbeard ban, and it's going to be followed up by the Blitz ban. Shields taken off the board here. It's Border. I think if you watch a lot of Osh, you know how Border can be in any region, especially this one. It's going to be chaotic. It's going to be a great straight shootout between these two teams. They have played each other previously. Qualifier number 1, where Arrival 7 claimed their spot in group stage. These two played each other. It was 7-3 in the favour of A7. So for the Village People, they're going to be looking for a little bit of revenge, a little bit of a comeback for group stage. Of course, it is a Swiss stage. You've got to win 3 games before you lose 3 games. That's how things work here. So we'll wait to see how things go forward. Only 7 teams going on. What's going on Wikipedia? Possibly. Top 8 teams. I can't do maths. It's too early in the morning for maths. Regardless, top 8 of the 16 teams who enter group stage will be advancing onwards to playoffs. Now, we've had some really great teams join us here. Obviously, there were the open qualifiers where both of these teams did fight their way through. We've had some other great teams join us as well. AXO. Who has been invited? Let's have a quick look. So we've had AXO, Synergy, Discipline, Outlast, and the crew being invited onwards to join our open qualifier teams. So, of course, as we hit that situation and that spot, you do have to sort of wonder just a little bit here. There we go. Controller's plugged in and working. Always helps a little bit. Obviously, do have to wonder, you know, what those teams are going to be cooking up. Of course, there's only 5 of those, so we're still going to see some open qualifier teams in playoffs at a minimum, at a guarantee. Question is, who's it going to be? Well, A7, they qualified quite early on, and as I said, Village People, they qualified, I believe it was the second qualifier, ended up qualifying through, getting very, very close in the qualifier number 1, but just not quite there. They're going to be looking for a little bit of revenge against A7 here in the best of 3 series, of course. As I say, it's 3 maps. It's a totally different ball game this time around, and Border is going to be kicking things off here. And for the attack of A7, well, let's see what they've got cooking. We're expecting a brawl house, expecting one of these maps that is just going to be pure chaos all the way around it. I don't think we can have any changes up there. You see defense, fairly standard looking lineup here, but already Twitch drone of Orion taking out one of those black mirrors. That is going to be devastating loss there immediately for the side of Village People. Not what you want, really. You want to be holding on to that utility as long as you can, and to lose it 30 seconds into the round, not the best of start, but might not be a piece of utility, but it is a giant hunk of metal. It's a shield, but matters not. It's Nazari starting things off with a pick on towards Orion. Takes down that Twitch mentioned. So, at least for the time being, no more utility will fall victim to those Twitch drone. Dave here. This armory wall mirror window is going to remain up. It's going to remain in position for the time being here. You see Niconomics making his way through into break, giving a lot of intel to the team, but the question really is how the rest of the team of A7 capitalizes sort of on it here. You can see Nico holding the long angle with the R4C there, trying to wait for players, see if anyone makes mistakes and slips up into his line of sight, but I don't think that's going to happen just quite yet here. The rest of the team of A7 are sort of having a bit of a low rotate around, trying to assess how they want to do this one. Almost at the halfway point of the round now. The defense not really too shaken yet by that early sort of utility loss. And here comes a swing out from half. Finds one onto Syro. The other hops in straight to their demise. But Zeph does take one down with him. Still alive, but low HP. Swinging in here. Doesn't know where the last player is. Sees him behind the mirror window. It's going to be half holding on to offices with the Keratos in hand. But it's a tricky position to be in here. Logic Bomb's going to come through, sees the Ash, hits the shots, finds Nico, and Zeph is all that remains standing. Low HP in a 1 versus 4. Is able to catch out half, double for Zeph in the round, but I've got a feeling that is all she wrote at this point here. You've got 3 players on full HP. You've got a minute. You've got an EMP. Never mind. You've got a Logic Bomb to play with. That's That's really all you've got, really. This DMR, it can hit like a truck, but ultimately, at this point in time, players, the village people, they can just hold their positions. They can just wait it out, wait for that clock to dwindle down to 0. And you can see here, they're already holding up the cross. They know this push is going to come from offices. See there, you've got Infinitum on Fountain, got one playing Archives, and then you've got Dave all the way back in Armory. Zeph is going to be a real difficult one to take this one. He wants to take it, but Dave on the TCSG, DMR essentially versus Shotgun. And it shuts it down. And just like that, round number 1 goes the way of the village people as we head into a brief little tech pause here. And that's a start there. That's a statement for the village people. Really strong round coming in from them, really. Really, really good stuff to kick off the game, kick off how things go here. You know, that one, the attack didn't really get started. A good start with a utility there, but not able to really make anything go beyond that. So we'll have to wait and see. Of course, we're still early days. It's an entire best of 3 we've got ahead of us this morning. You know, I like saying best of 3s. It's fun. We've got an entire, at least 2 maps ahead of us, at the minimum 14 rounds to play through, and that's right, it's a 7-0, 7-0, which, knowing the quality of A7 and of the village people, just sort of what these both teams can bring, it would be very surprising if we see a 7-0, 7-0 absolute blowout. I'd be very surprised if we see that. I doubt it's going to happen. Got a feeling, as I say, the village people, they've had some time. Both of these teams have had quite a bit of time, of course. The way OS works, it's not a point system like some of the other regions. You directly qualify into the tournament by your placement in some of the open qualifiers. So as a result of that, when you qualify on through, you don't have to play anymore. It's not like EML or Brazil where you have to do point systems and such to go on. No, you just qualify straight in. You get yourselves into the games. And yeah, so you get yourself straight through into these games. And it just works like that, You get to sit back, watch the rest of the competition sort of flood on in, see who you've got. Obviously, I won't sugarcoat it. The expectation is the stronger teams, the sort of the better teams you're looking at, will be going through earlier on in the qualifiers. Qualifier number 1 and number 2, they're the stronger teams that you're going to be looking at here, sort of in things, in the grand scheme, obviously. So, better teams, they're going to be qualifying early on, There we are. Ready to get back into things. Thank you for bearing with us there during that little pause there. Of course, prone to happen every now and then, but touchwood, not a full-blown rehost as, well, OS is definitely a region where tech issues can be somewhat prevalent. So I don't want to jinx anything just yet, but because otherwise it could turn into a very, very long morning for these players. Of course, evening for them. Current time in Sydney is 7:30 in the evening. So, not too still sort of early-ish evening for these players. Nothing too late just yet. As we see the defense getting set up, everything sort of going through, of course, with this. From Telus bomb site, you're going to want to be defending the top floor as much as you're going to want to be defending the basement, the site of the objective itself. You want to hold on to this vertical. That's exactly why so much utility is going up. You can see mirror windows, Syria gates, the works being placed on this top floor here. But half is thinking about it. It's very much thinking about it, but I guess has decided against. There's the attack. Well, they're going to start making their way in towards the building there. Trying it out with the shield yet again. This time around, we're going to be seeing the 0. One we don't see a massive amount of nowadays. He still has his time and place every now and then. Of course, 6 Argus cameras on pocket, not only for giving intel, but also taking out utility. Really valuable tool, and he has a lot of them. A lot of wiggle room in terms of if you make a mistake with placement or he gets caught out. You can always throw another one down. You've got 6 of them. And, of course, brings the MP7 as well. First one from Nico is going to be going in. Look at that. Shot way into the long angle, straight into the corridor. Can't quite catch the mirror window. So they're going to have to try and get a different way around it. And, of course, Nazarati going to want to be protecting those. As Charge does come through to try and take it out. Gets caught by the magnet. So mirror window going to see staying, but only temporarily as the mirror window gets popped. And now the pressure onto offices is building. Nazarati in a difficult spot here. C4 in hand. Wants to throw it over the wall, but it gets shot out of the air by Orion. Beautiful shooting there from the Ash. The office under a hell of a lot of pressure here. Infinitum trying to support from Fountain. They do have a good cross on this to Village people, and the goal at this point essentially is to burn as much time as possible. Wait for the whittle away what the attackers have to go in. Halfway through the round now. The attack looking to make their entry in towards the building still. Mostly they're getting over this control of this top floor. This Monty's pushing up closer, and that's the opening that they needed. Cyro's going to find it over towards Nazarati. C4 going to blow open the wall, but nothing Infinitum can do at this point bar retreat. But you've got to be careful because you're going to be caught in a difficult spot here. Soft walls all around. You can see this Tracers flooding in through the walls. And we'll shelter. Let's find Zeph elsewhere. Infinitum in a really difficult spot there. It's going to be Cyro to find it. Niconomics finds half as well. And the top floor presence that the Village people held is completely gone now. All down to Shelter and Dave in the final 55 seconds of the round to try and get this one over the line. Dave getting wallbanged a little, taking a little bit of damage. That's Nico outside, wants to try and find it. And he's going to do just that. It's all down to Shelter. Does find one back onto Orion, but Nico with a double takes it out, shuts it down. And just like that, A7 answer back with a round of their own. Folks, just a quick bit of admin, bit of sweepy swap. All games are in that Discord I've just linked in. All streams are going to be linked in there. You just need to grab yourself the APL competitor role, and you can see all of the APL community casts. Tiaki is covering Ludovica versus Omen. Team Anios versus Saga is on KJ's stream, and Antic X Odium Team Picnic, I believe that is NATO covering that one. So in that Discord, in the APL announcement server, you can go and see all of the games. I believe we've got 8 games going on this morning, and 4 of them are being covered, which is a pretty good turnout, to be fair. So, yeah, so, of course, if you do want to go and watch those games, you know where to find them. I would recommend you can do multi-Twitch, go and watch them all at once. There's also some Asia games going as well. I believe Roiling and Zero are covering 2 games in Asia, 1 each. I'm not sure who off the top of my head, but yeah, do go and check, of course, all of that out. There's plenty of action. Of course, EML later on today, and SAL and NAL this evening if you're European time. Obviously, not everyone is European time, so what is that? Anyway, 1 apiece now. This game is already starting to heat up a little bit in the early phases here, and rustiness on the sticks is showing, missing a bunch of the kills on the observing. Of course, I do apologise, it has to be my own observing this morning. Not the greatest at it, I will admit, straight off the bat of this Monty. Niconomics, oh, that's scary there. A lot of pressure towards these stairs, and I've got a feeling it might be the vertical play, the C4 from below from Dave. Does he want to use it? Maybe he does. He wants to throw it. C4 is going to go up. It's going to do a lot of damage, but it's not quite going to be able to find the kill. Niconomics should be able to walk in here completely sort of in a decent spot here. You can see Dave from below trying to play the vertical, trying to make things work. It's a really difficult spot to play from here. Cyro going to find Nezarati, 4 versus 4 in the round. Everyone's going to be coming through. They want to find this player below. They know he's down there, and there you go. Niconomics is going to go down and find him. Nico just hops straight down into the square area, in towards Wading. Just chilling now. But there's still this top floor presence that needs to be cleared here from the Village people. Infinitum and Half still playing upstairs. They still need to be shuffled out of position here before the attack can really advance in anything here. And this fountain position is key here because the Rival 7, they're making quick progress through this map here. Really need to burn some more time for the defense. They need to slow this one down. Infinitum's in a prime position to do so. Still has a C4 in back pocket. Should be able to finish off Niconomics on the Montaigne should it come to that. Of course, we're going to have to wait and see. It seems like the attack, though, they just want to focus more directly on towards the objectives, as Niconomics going to be hopping straight in under a world of fire. But that doesn't mean anything when he can just stick the diffuser down. That's going to be going down. The question is, where does the response come in here from Village people? A7 now got to play this one in the post plant. You've got a Montaigne as well. You're in a good spot. They've realised the opening on the objective. And now they can just play it. Zephyr, Customs, going to see the Legion, but Haas better on the gunfight. Spray through the wall, on towards the player in Passport, but Cyro, he's crouched. He survives it for the time being. Montaigne in a world of pain. Here comes the ace, swinging out, but gets caught by the shotgun of Animal. And it's all on the shoulders of Nico. Couple more seconds left to burn here, but he has to choose his angle. His time to swing perfectly. The defuse is going to just be stuck, and it's going to be found. And a perfect retake from the Village people, winning their gunfights. A7 unable to quite hold the angles that they wanted to, and on the second attempt through bathroom tellers works out in their favour. Now, top floor sites unlocked, and they're going to be heading back up there. Last time this one was played around number 1, if you recall your minds back to about 10-15 minutes ago. Dominance over on the side of the village people. A7, going to need to be a change of pace.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
And not to count the chickens before they've hatched, but A7 changing up the operator lineup ever so slightly, sticking with the 0, bringing out the Grim, so a bit different to what we've seen from them before. Village people, same lineup. I mean, you know what? It's been working really solidly for them here so far on border. Map number 1, of course. So it's been working. Why change it? You know, that's the mentality here. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Don't show more than you need to. It's a long group stage, really, before you know, you're not even in playoffs. Obviously, you've got playoffs after this. It'll be a long couple, you know, it's going to be a long few weeks for these players. And it's every single game at this point is very, very important. So it's crucial that they're getting games over the line where they can. And of course, the earlier you can qualify, the less you have to play. Dropping a bit of barbed wire outside, maybe a bit of a spray into the attacker's spawn, but I don't think anything is ever going to come of that one. But what may come out of here, though, is the push from A7. Let's see what they can do. As I say, last time this bomb site was played, the attack couldn't really get anything going. A mix of sort of lack of control and a mix of just losing the gunfights here, which seems to have been plaguing A7 a lot this map. Oh, they see the feet. He sees the toes. Is he going to find it? I don't think so. He doesn't want to give away the position just yet. He wants to make sure, you know, if you are going to pull that trigger, you want to make sure you're guaranteed the kill. You know, even if that involves waiting that trigger discipline, it's crucial to do so there. You can see the spray starting to come through, but look at that Animal Joe. He's right back on it. Wants it, and he has a UMP with an ACOG. It's a good gun to use for that position, but as the castle barricade drops, no choice but to fall back. Sees the Montaigne in the distance. No choice but to run away, really. Dave, as well, playing the vertical. So, taking a little bit of damage outside of the balcony. No choice but to sort of fall back and retreat for just a second as the Montaigne continues to apply pressure from east stairs. Starting to move up through the corridor now. They're starting to realise they have control. All eyes are going on towards office now to see what they can do over here. See how they can go. It's going to be Orion and Syro playing around this side of the map to see if they can get things cooking here. I mean, we look towards the whole top floor, look towards the entire perspective here. A7, they've got the shield in a decent position here. They just need to see what they can work for. You can see there's Zeph clearing out from below, making sure there's no one on the roam downstairs. Going to be able to find Nezarati. Orion finds another, immediately traded back though by Animal Shelter. They have the idea that the player's coming up the stairs below, but Zeph is better on the gunfight. They find it, and this one's going much, much better for the attack this time around. Zeph just causing absolute havoc on this bottom floor here. Tripling around, finds Dave, and it's all on the shoulders of Half. Prone in the corner, a fountain with a shield staring him down. Does find one, but gets hit by the shield, and that is all she wrote for that round. A7, they ground number 4. Keep things tied, 2 apiece, and there's not really a whole lot separating these teams yet. Back and forth the entirety of the way through, it seems. And as I say, maybe heating onwards to a bit of a banger series here. Got to keep our fingers crossed. Got to see, of course, you know, early days just yet. Still half number 1 of map number 1. You know, we could be in here for 6 halves across 3 maps here. Armory Archive's going to be chosen yet again from the village people, trying to right the wrongs of the previous round. But the first time, really, we're seeing them change up their operator lineup quite significantly and around here. Bringing on operators that indicate a bit of time wasting is going to be on the board here. You know, I don't think the time management here is the goal. I don't think it's about slowing down A7. It's more about denying positions here so that the village people have more of an opportunity to rotate round when they need. When the pressure starts to come on, you can pop a Vulcan canister. You can rotate back around. Those goo mines, they're going to slow down the attacks when they're crossing, you know, these important doorways, these key angles. You're going to get a goo mine in your foot. That's going to slow down the attack temporarily. Give the village people the idea that it's coming. You can pop the Vulcan canisters, slow them down. I like the idea. I like the execution. I like the idea. We're just going to have to wait and see about the execution here. A7. Swapping out the Grim back over to the Ash. We'll have to wait and see how that one's going to play out here. Of course, here. No mirror played, I believe, for the first time this entirety of this match. Not going to be seeing the mirror being brought. So, we'll have to wait and see how things fare here, of course. It's a fairly standard attack. Dave, though, on a really aggressive angle. I like this from Dave. Likely hears the players running by. Just wants to wait for the perfect moment. Pop the shots. to go outside and cause some chaos. You can see we have the benefit of the outlines here. He obviously has no idea, but look at how many players there are in East. There is a Claymore, so he can't just blindly hop out. But plays his cards right, can certainly get some absolute freebies off of this one here. You can see it. He wants it. He's thinking about it. Shoots out. And the players, they don't hear. Syro takes a hell of a lot of damage, but knows the player's there now, and he has to retreat. Nothing you can do there. It's a risky one from Dave. Does reward in the end, but unfortunately not quite with the kill. But who does have to kill? Nazarati here in the Legion. Finds one. Dave from below with a C4 onto Syro. And A7. The woes that they had the previous first time playing this objective seem to be repeating themselves. It's Monty in a spot with his shield down, not where you want to be. Where is the support from the team? Well, Nico's outside the building. Zeph trying to repeat what he did in the previous round down below, hunting roamers, but there's no one. The village people not playing into that game whatsoever here. Both taking a lot of damage. Zeph's going to fall, and it's all down to Nico. Ace clutch required to bring this one back. Half the round still to play, and I just don't see this one happening, if I'm being honest. Nico's going to hop in here. Likely just full send it wherever he can, find an opening. But at this point, the damage is most likely done. The village people sure to continue to clutch onto that lead that they've had through a good chunk of this half here. We're yet to see A7 really take a strong lead in this game. Village people definitely in the driving seat so far, and look at that. Just to event it in, the flawless round. A7, they can still tie up the half, and I think that's what they'll be looking to do here, but of course, we'll have to wait and see. One more round to be played before the side swaps. One more round to be played before everything flips on its head a little bit, and A7 get to go onto the defense. Vents Workshop are going to be brought out for the first time in this match. Of course, Bathroom Tellers and Armory, the only two sites played so far. Going to be changing the pace of little things. Going to be changing up the objective. But it's Border. It's a tiny map. If there's one thing you can safely say about it, it's that almost every objective doesn't play the same, but there's definitely a lot of similarities to your game plans across each and every objective. So we'll see what happens here. Defense going to be getting themselves set up across both floors here. See. Themselves. Oh, look at that. Little Valkyrie camera in the corner. Good view. Good little view there. And we're back on the mirror lineup. We'll see how things go. Village people want to make this a 4-2 half. A7 need to tie things up. Question is, can they do it? Well, round number 6 will tell you the tale of that one. Continuing on with the shields. It's something that A7 really love to play into here so far. Bringing it every single round consistently, and they're still doing decent numbers on it. 3 and 3 at the minute. I mean, that's the thing. I'm looking at the kill count right now, and there's no one really standing out. Like, sure, Shelter and Half on the side of Village people are, you know, definitely got quite a strong positive KD, but they're not, like, massively ahead of the competition here. And same can be sort of said for A7. Everyone's kind of hitting a 1-to-1 KD at the minute, all bar Orion. So, really looking for a standout here, but everyone's putting in a good performance. It's what we like to see, really. Everyone putting in numbers here, sort of competing, keeping it a good level with Infinitum. Oh. Playing with fire just a little bit there. Is pushed back towards Fountain. Here comes the shield. Here comes that pressure. Nico going to be coming in to support it here. Spraying through. It's tough ask. Going to get the wall open as well. Going to just add more and more pressure for these defenders here. The fire's going to stop the attack momentarily, but not for long, as you can see here. This top floor push. It's already sort of working out quite well here. Mirror window's been marked out. It now needs to be taken. Recharge going to be used to get the angle opened up. And that mirror window should be as good as gone. And yes, it is. Gets blinded out, gets shot out. No more mirror windows there. For the side of that. Look at that. Orion steaming his way into Archives. Finds Half. Knows about the player behind the half wall. Playing by the lockers. Going to confirm it with the Hive. They're just going to swing it, push it with the shield, takes him down, and there you have it. Top floor presence of the Village people, totally crushed, all gone and dusted, but it's a C4 from below, does find Orion, keeps the Village people in this one, but elsewhere, Syro's going to find Animal Shelter, keeping that 2-man lead that A7 have at the minute. And now, we're going to have a little bit of calm before the storm here. You can tell Nick wants to send it straight into the objective, and with Dave being the only one left standing, I've got a feeling that's what they might just do. They can hear the shield. They know where he is. He's surely a dead man walking at this point. Have the idea. Not going to be able to find it. Syro lights him up, and A7 High up the half, 3 apiece now. Side, well, they're going to swap around here, and it could be a game of two halves. It's one, you know, we like to say quite a little bit here. One of mine. You know, when you get to a half, we're going to continue brawling back and forth rounds, or someone's going to just take a massive lead here. You know, one of these teams, their attacks might not be all of it. Their defenses might not be all of it. Whichever one it is, sometimes that is what you see in these halves. You do just see that flip around in these teams where they just suddenly struggle on the other side. So, of course, we don't know if that's going to be the case. If you ask me, we want more. We want more rounds trading back and forth. It's more fun that way. Is the honest answer. It's significantly more fun when these teams are trading rounds back and forth with one another. But unfortunately, that is out of our hands. That is in the hands of the teams. And, well, we're certainly heating up to be a game of Border here. I mean, you know, I think we all know Border can be a brawl house. It's certainly been that so far, delivering on everything that was promised from this matchup and a little bit more. What does it say?
5 seconds to go.
You going down. One we haven't seen just yet. It's going to be the Brava coming out there from Shelter. Curious to see how that one plays. Very curious. See how that one goes. A little bit of utility that can be grabbed by the Syria Gates and the Mute Jammers as well. Obviously, the Ash is being brought to take down those mirror windows primarily. That's likely the main goal of that one, but he's the only operator to do so, so going to have to be cautious. Keep her alive. Make sure she doesn't fall too early on into the round here. And, well, a lot of A7's attacks originated from East, but I've got a feeling Village people, they have their eyes on security here. And Orion going to be the first bastion of this defense to try and hold it down. But, just as I said that, economics does find Dave. Takes the ace off the board. That is the hard breach gone. That is a good old play. Where the hell was that even from? Ah. Playing from Armory. It's a good spot here. Good little cross being held. Clutch drones are hacking those Syria gates. And here they're doing their work, doing their little bits. But at least for the time being. Ooh. Nico's been spotted out. He's going to find it. In a bit of a rocky spot here. Shelter has the idea, but it's a goo mine in the foot. Going to have to pause a second, take that one out. They can see the players spraying through. Bit of a gunfight going on. Shelter does drop down to the floor. I don't know if they have the idea that the player's down there and confirmed Infinitum taking a lot of damage, but it's going to be Orion to fall. And now Nico's in a world of a difficult spot here. Instead, I've got a feeling we're going to be seeing a bit of a sprint out here. Going to be going for the run out. And just as that happens, does take down half. Shelter, you can see there, drops off the balcony, gets away with his life. An effective 2 versus 4 here for the attacking side. Need to get themselves back into this one. Infinitum left to go to the revive, but then that means this Monty all on his lonesome. Insecurity. Momentarily. Can't advance anything with a minute left on the clock here. Time is quickly dwindling for the Village people. And look at the HPs at the bottom of your screen as well, folks. Both players with rifles up. They're on quite low HP. It's only DeMontagne with a significant amount still to play. 2 C4s still in the pocket of A7 here. They should be able to quite comfortably take this round here. Yeah, going to be spotted out here. They're going to know he's there. Question is, how do they play it? As soon as the push does come through, concussion. Impact grenade's going to be coming through, but Nick's got the C4. He can just throw it when he needs it. Montaigne's going to go down. C4's not going to hit its mark, but it matters not. The shield is down, done, dusted. Zeph does confirm the kill on Nizarati. And now, they can just hide. They can just wait. Infinitum and Animal Shelter stuck outside to try and make this work. 20 seconds on the clock. Kit is cold in the objective. They're going to have to push in, try and find this one. They have the idea, but they know they're walking into a crossfire here. All the defense need to do is hold. They throw the smoke. It's the Warden. He jumps up, does get his head taken off. But Infinitum rushes in for the kit, tries to find it, but can't quite pick it up in time. And Syro closes it out. A7, great defensive round. Great crosses there being held later on in that one. As soon as they know that they've got the defense and they've got the man advantage there, they know they're comfortable in that round. One thing that I like from them is we don't see them give it away. We know they obviously respect the opponents. They're not giving it away when they don't need to be. They can just pause. They can just wait it out, play that man advantage to the T, to perfection, get themselves around, and for the first time this entire series, take themselves the lead. Question is, can they hold on to it? Or Are we going to go back to our trend of going round for round for round for round? Look at the quick look at the timeline and the scoreboard here. Prep phase around number 8. See there, Zef's definitely stepped up in the entry department here. Leading the lobby with 7-5 at the minute. Village people doing a decent shot of it as well. Everyone's pulling their weight, putting up some numbers. Animal Shelter leading the top at 6-6 at the minute. Well, we'll have to wait and see here how these things play out. Of course, you can see there, A7, the first of these two teams to string together 2 rounds in a row. It's something that's null and avoided these teams for too long at the minute. So, we'll see if they can string together any more. Village people, of course, going to be looking to tie things up. Operator lineup looking very, very different here to what we used to see. Sort of from both sides, really. A little bit different to what we've seen a lot of from the first half here. Infinitum on the buck, looking to make that vertical play. Nomad as well from Animal Shelter. Cautious of any flanks coming through, anything to watch behind. Have to wait and see. Round number 8. Let's see what you've got for us. Oh, immediately he's going to be starting over towards the east stairs here. Reaching charge is going to go, but you've got to be cautious of anyone in that office position here. Archives as well. Oh, Nazarati swings it out with the launcher in hand. Takes a little bit of damage. Syro holding on to these stairs. The pressure of the world on his shoulders does get taken out by Animal Shelter. But Ryan finds Dave back. Keep things even. Yet again, that hard breach going down early on. It's not what you really want for the Village people. You don't want to be losing that kind of an operator ever so early on here. Nico. Oh, he's on the balcony. Do they know? Gonna swing it. Nico's gonna spray, but gonna fall back at that point. You know, you're giving away the position. It's not one you could hold on to when you're known. You got no choice here but to run away. Leaving Orion and Economics, all that remain on this top floor to try and hold. They're over towards Armory Security side. See the player on the rappel. Find the player on the rappel. Good shot from Nick. Beautiful stuff. Keeps things. Wave arrival 7. Orion spraying outside of that security door, trying to find a player, taking on a bit of damage in the meantime. But Orion has to be cautious of players coming out because you can see Nick has now fallen. You don't have that cross that you once held, and they can just sandwich Orion here. This is a tricky spot to be in. He's going to fall out just like that. Village people, nice bit of tag teaming up there on the top floor. Separate the attention, separate the players, isolate the engagements, and win them out. Swings around back into their favour now. 2 versus 3 for A7. Village people, they've got map control. They're holding on to this top floor. Good spots. Now they can start to look towards this objective, start to look towards and execute. Only thing really going the way of A7 here is the fact that 2 of the players on the Village people are quite low HP here. So as they're eyeing up this sort of vertical play, you can see trying to find something, but I don't think it's going to be given away just yet. Zeph opening up more of the site. Here come the stuns, but it's a Warden. Doesn't really mind those all too much. Zeph as well, SMG 12 in hand. What can they do? And what's this? Is Nico going for a flank? Do they? No! Yes, they do. They find it. Kit's going down. Zeph left to respond to find it. Question is he going to be able to? He's got the vertical pressure. He's caught out by the air jab, and they're just going to swing off of the back of that. The Village people, they keep things tied, keep things level. In the series, things are heating up here. 4-4 as we stand going into round number 9. These two teams, oh, there's not a lot separating them at the minute here. On border, bathroom tellers. Gonna be attempted one more, or are we doing random site? What are we feeling? Bathroom tellers, thought so. I was panicking for a second. I'm like, please don't tell me we're doing random objective here. This is Challenger Series group stage. We can't be doing random objective here. As fun as it would be to see, if it was like 6-0, 5-0 right now, I'd be like, yeah, why not go for it? No, it's not. It's 4-4. It's been a close game so far. Both teams really showing up. The Village people, you know, credit where it's due. A massive blow up since we last saw them play here. Looking a lot better than they did the last time, and giving A7 a much harder time around on the second go. So, they're doing a great job. And so are A7. Both these teams putting up and entertaining one another. You know, with Clubhouse coming up as well, I've got a feeling. I don't want to say my 2 favourite words, or is it one word? I don't want to say it just yet. It starts with an O. Second word ends with an E. I don't want to say it just yet. But I've got a feeling that may be on the cards for this one as we're approaching sort of the final 25% of regulation here, final few rounds of it. What can these teams do? Well, we're going to have to wait and see. No one really able to take a dominant lead yet. Trying to find that opening in the rounds, find that exposed hole in the strategy, but it's border. There's not a lot of wiggle room, really. It's just been a brawl back and forth, and whoever seems to have the hero player in the round seems to be the one that takes the whole thing. What I do like here, though, I think LMG, not one we see every day. Still, you know, flashbacks to good old 2022, and I don't know if they know how close they are to the site. Not a clue, Zeph. Do you hear him? You do know now. Frag grenade's going to be thrown half. Going to spray in, and look at how direct they're going. Totally disregarding that vertical game, just pushing straight towards the objective, and it's working for them. One kill goes their way here. Is caught in a bit of a cross here. It's going to fall because of it, and that could be the only issue here. If this vertical can be held onto here by A7, they should be good for this one. But that's relying on the site players not giving away their lives either. Village people, do they continue to push horizontally, or do they try and take some of this vertical ground? That is the question here. You can see they've backed off a little bit for the time being here. Now, realising they get a bit too close for comfort early in the round. As we flip to the top floor as well, you can see there's still plenty of presence from A7 upstairs. Village people continuing to just slowly push across the map here. Get their way through. Get their way over the map. Sorrow in a great position here to cause some chaos in this round. Holding these long angles with that ACOG scope. Might be able to find it. Might be able to find someone. Question is who, when, and where. Gonna get blinded out. Takes a lot of damage. And now is the pressure is being felt. Swings it out prone. Gets found by Animal Shelter. 10 and 6. Double digits club. It's answered back though by Niconomics and Zeph separately. Effective 2 versus 2 now. Nico is down but not out. Should be recovered because there's no vertical pressure coming in from the village people at all. That top floor, it's a safety net for the side of A7 right now. As long as Zeph stays alive, they should be good for this round here. There's this attack from the village people. As much as I do like the idea, it's turned out a little one-dimensional. Zeph is found, but low HP, 2 players above. All they can do at this point, they can just drop. When they feel the time is right, Niconomics going to be going round through outside of Wading. Nico drops, and now look at Dave in a sandwich in between the 2 hungry players of A7 who want to claim back that lead. He's got to try and find one at a time, try and isolate these engagements, but with 15 seconds to do so, going to jump out straight into the MP5 of Niconomics. A7, 5-4. And this one, it's just not slowing down. It's spicy as hell in here. It's getting a bit warm. It's getting a little bit hot. These two teams, whew, having a banger for us. Now, we'd like to put the caveat on here. There is only one game being played today. This is the only best of 3 for OS. So, once you've done this, you've got until tomorrow. You'll know your matchup in a couple of hours' time. Exclamation mark bracket if you do want to see who else is being... what other games are being played. Exclamation mark Discord if you want to see where the other games are being streamed. We got 4 of them being streamed this morning. So half the games are being covered. Of course, you do have to wonder, you know, obviously, this, you know, early days of Swiss stage, you know, you don't want to be putting everything on the table here so early on. And best of 3, so you can't be hiding map pool as much. It's so much more spicy here. And, you know, I'm so glad this game is getting the best of 3 treatment here, because this game in the best of 1 would not do it any justice. It has been electric so far. Both these teams really putting in the numbers there, as mentioned in the previous round. Animal Shelter and now Zeph as well, joining in the double digits club, joining 10 kills. Both 10 and 7 and 3 assists, actually. One we don't see all the time there, leading their respective teams' scoreboards. Question, of course, is how do they go for the rest of this half here? Well, off to a good start. Vinidum gonna fall, and where the hell was that? Was that a... oh, that's disgusting. That's vile. No, you can't be doing that to them. No. Oh, that's brutal. Nico. Ow. Can't be doing that to them. They don't even let them get in the building, man. Come on. Well, that's the vertical. That's the buck gone very, very early on. Still do have the sledge available, though, so not all hope of vertical play is being gone here. Of course, still able to make things work. Still possibly going to be able to give it a shot, but you're a man down already. You've been good in defeat here. Village people not off to the greatest of starts here on this attack. A7 yet to really be shaken from any of these positions they're looking to hold. Yet again, Nico on this vertical angle. Oh, he finds another. He's expecting a response, but they're playing individually. The Thatcher's just being sent in on his own. There is no response to be had here. All they can do is hope to sort of have a bit of a pray and ascend through east, but it's not going to work out. You can see Half going for the revive, but has to be cautious of that vertical. The economics is going to fall, but yet again, look, Half has to be ever so cautious of it. Nico is out of position, so the revive is going to come through. Economics as well. Both down players are going to be pulled back up to their feet with 4 versus 4. Zeph in a really good position here. Do they know how close he's playing? That is the question. I don't think they do. Zeph, he's right there, my friend. Does find Nezarati. Takes them down. Toxic Babe's going to go out. Dave, narrowly avoiding death in that position there. In a good spot as well. Might be able to find something off the back of it as the rest of the attack left to regroup and recalibrate. Has to get the Selma, get the remainder of this breach open, get their way in. Shelter? Going up the main stairs, a little bit of a backstab here. They still need to clear out Nico. Look at the position he's in with 25 seconds on the clock here. If Village people just push directly inside, they're dead. But they're not even going to get the opportunity. Nico takes down 2 of them. Finish off the Thatcher that he couldn't quite do earlier and elsewhere. Dave is going to fall. And that may be the opener into the game that both of these teams have been looking for here. And that's what's separating them at the minute. He's only these 2 opportunities we've had so far where these teams, or one of them, has been able to chain multiple rounds together in a row. A7 twice now able to put 2 rounds back to back. And that's what's separating them here on Border. That's what's got them map point. Now, do keep in mind, folks, this is the map pick of A7. So, Village people, they won't be too disheartened. They've already had a better result than they've had before. Of course, they'll be looking for more. They'll be looking for the map win. There's no doubt about it. But they wouldn't be too disheartened. They're going to be going into Clubhouse after this one. And of course, I want to see all 3 out of this one. This one's heating up a little bit, the Village people. That one, though, was not the best. I will be honest. That was a little bit of a drop there. Bit of gap spotting from A7, and it just worked absolute bits on them. Nico holding on to security, holding on to break. That's what really got them that one. Doing such a good job of isolating players from the off angles, finding the freebies when they're given to him. Takes the opportunities as they're presented. Finds them out, shuts them down, and now, well, the attackers, what can they get going as? There you go. They're all spawning over this side. How do the attack want to handle this one here? That is going to be the question raised. Workshop vents. First time that as this one has been played. Oh, Zeph! No! You're just running out on him. There goes the Dokkaebi. And now I can feel it. You can feel it in the air. The confidence coming in from A7 has the Village people scrambling a little bit here. It's sudden burst of confidence. Don't know where it's been for the last couple of rounds. But now that A7 have found their groove, found their rhythm a little bit. They're doing such a good job to capitalise on it here. Second round in a row where just another player from Village people goes down early on. And look at that. They're dropping like flies. Zeph on a triple. It's all down to Dave and Animal Shelter to keep the round in the go. 14-7 right now. I'd be scared of going up against that man. Look at that. He's fishing for more. He wants to find another. Taking a hell of a lot of damage, but it's still not going to stop him. He's finally shut down by the pistol of Animal Shelter. But it's 2 versus 4 now. Breach is going to be open, but they're aware there's players above, players coming in from the side. And now there's just 1 remaining. It's all up to Animal Shelter. The vertical, it is surely a done deal at this point. There goes Niconomics, closes it out. Good half indeed. And well, map number 1 goes the way of A7 in strong fashion. 7-4. And well, we're going to be heading to Clubhouse ever so shortly, folks. So do not go anywhere. We'll be back with map number 2 in just a couple of minutes. So take one last look at the scoreboard there. We'll be back with map number 2 in just a few.
My head in my hands, listen up, says my teacher. In front of the class, he says if you're not a believer, views, that's on you. Better shape up and pay your dues. Of my views, that's on you. I'll be on a flight soon to the end, I sing you. Gotta know all this propaganda, how do you do? Better get it in my own medicine for you. Never gonna make them think I'll stand there. For all the things that I've said, pushing me closer to the edge. And I don't know let loose, don't mind if I do. For all the things that I've said, pushing me closer to the edge. And I don't know let loose, don't mind if I do. Free as the wind, and as strong as a piece of amber. Give me a breath, like the fire you'll soon remember. Ooh. I'll be on a flight soon to the end, I'm singing. Ooh. Gotta know all this propaganda, how do you do? For all the things that I've said, pushing me closer to the edge. And I don't know let loose, don't mind if I do. For all the things that I've said, pushing me closer to the edge. And I don't know let loose, don't mind if I do.
Sometimes you feel weak. The fear you carry inside wakes you up. The overplaying pattern of memory hides your true face. Take your own method, looking for the one who's trying to be perfect, yeah. You'll try to match it, don't be sad if you don't make it. You hope for wonders, living life means making blunders. It can make you shatter, you will try to fight the thunders. Trust me no matter what happens, because I will stay by your side in your heart. Whatever happens, remember that you can do anything you want. You can do anything you want. Follow the light if you're not sure. Listen to your gut. The right path will come when the time is right. Take your own method, looking for the one who's trying to be perfect, yeah. You'll try to match it, don't be sad if you don't make it. You hope for wonders, living life means making blunders. It can make you shatter, you will try to fight the thunders. Trust me no matter what happens, because I will stay by your side in your heart. Whatever happens, remember that you can do anything you want. You can do anything you want.
I'll be there when the lights don't shine. I'll be there in the sleepless nights. I'll be there, make you feel alright. I'll be there, I'll be there. I'll be there when the lights don't shine. I'll be there in the sleepless nights. I'll be there, make you feel alright. I'll be there, I'll be there. You sure do like to share your opinions, talking big like somebody's listening. nobody's listening. It's so fun and games until it doesn't toss me out. I'll hit the ignition. Now you listen. Hop up in the window. Smaller and smaller you fade out. Hop up in the window. Yeah. You cannot get my vibe. No, there's no way. I'm flying high above all your gravity, trying to bring me down, but I'll never stay. Hey, hey, watch me levitate. You cannot get my vibe. No, there's no way. You can say what you want, call me insane, trying to bring me down, but I'll never stay. Hey, hey, watch me levitate. Watch me levitate. Hey, watch me levitate. Try to paint me like a no name, so sorry, but we're not the same. No, we're not the same. Boo-hoo, poor you, please forgive me, cause I don't feel any pity. I'm fed up with lies, you wanted my demise, now you're watching me rise, rise, rise. Up in the window, smaller and smaller you fade out. Up in the window, yeah. You cannot get my vibe, no, there's no way. I'm flying high above all your gravity, trying to bring me down, but I'll never stay. Hey, hey, watch me levitate. You cannot get my vibe, no, there's no way. You can say what you want, call me insane, trying to bring me down, but I'll never stay. Hey, hey, watch me levitate. Watch me levitate. Hey, hey, watch me levitate. Up in the window. Up in the window. Up in the window. Up in the window.
Watch me levitate, watch me levitate, watch me levitate, watch me levitate, levitate. Watch me levitate, watch me levitate, watch me levitate, watch me levitate.
Watch me levitate. You cannot get my vibe, no, there's no way. I'm flying high.
Well, 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 it was a border that started off as a brawl house, back and forth rounds, nothing separating either of these two teams. But as the game went on, A7 found something up there clicked, and they were able to steal themselves a couple of rounds in a row. They were able to take the map, take their own pick 7-4, and now they find themselves on their opponent's map pick here of Clubhouse to try and get this one done in a 2-0 fashion. For the Village people, well, it was a great start. It got a bit rocky towards the end, but there was definitely some real promise, showing some real improvement from what I saw from them the last time they played. They've done some work. The question is it enough to take this one all the way to map 3 of Skyscraper? For them, if they were to win this series, that's where they're going to have to go here. Of course, best of 3 territory, you need to take 2 maps. A7, they're halfway there. They've taken one of them. For the Village people, top of your screen, as you can see, 2 more required to go. That's what the little purple dot means at the top. A7 have taken a map. Top right of your screen as well, you can view the series. A very, very, very abstract overview of it all. They're A7 winning map number 1. So Clubhouse is the one that's live now. Well, defensive band's going to be rolling on in Mirror, an operator that was played extensively in map number 1. And, of course, no surprise here that she's going to be taken out in map number 2. Village people now going to be on the attack of Clubhouse of their own map pick. Kick things off in the basement. And, well, Water to Brawl House. Clubhouse, it's known for something different. It's your bread and butter, as I like to say. It's your fundamentals. It's your standard map. Question, how do these teams handle it? Well, I suppose we're going to have to just wait and see how that goes. Of course, please do, pin message. Other games are being streamed as well. I believe a couple of the others have just hit map 2 on their own streams, just floating around during that little break there. And, well, hopefully someone, possibly us, possibly someone else, will be going all the way to a map 3 today. Of course, we're going to have to wait and see on that one. Oh, did we just...
10 seconds left before insertion.
Shoot out around. Oh, I like this angle. Nico, really, this is the second time today, if you recall back to border, you had this really nasty little angle on a border from break room outside to the passports forward. Really nasty little angle, and continuing that trend here on Clubhouse. Of course, the attack of the village people. Well, we know what to expect. It is a Clubhouse attack. You start off with your standard. You start off with what you want to do. Nick, all the way above in Logi. We can play the vertical towards kitchen. See what they can do, but it's going to be half to kick things off. Takes down an over-ambitious Zeph in stock. Good opener for the village people there. Halfway through the first minute of the round. In comes the Boogie drone. Do we take it out? Oh no, not the drone, not the drone, no! Rest in peace, little buddy. Rest in peace. Nick, no choice but to retreat here. Can't be leaving the team in a 3 versus 5. And just like that, the village people really got a decent amount of control over this map, really. Getting their work done. Of course, they're going to have to check it. They're going to have to do their due diligence. Make sure that there is no one slipping through the cracks, because that's what can punish you most here on Clubhouse. But A7, they've already lost one. You can't be losing a second on some over-ambitious roam game. You have to just retreat back to the basement and wait for these attackers to come your way. And play the close angle, play the shotgun on this main stairs, stuff like that. That's what's going to get you these games. That's what's going to get you these rounds. Ryan, pivotal position here, over towards Dirt. Going to spray out there, but Nazarati with the M4 in hand, better on the gunfight. Good start here for the village people. 5 versus 3 now. It's the round. It's off to a shaky start here for the side of A7. Nico looking towards Dirt, has the idea that the player's going to be coming in from, sees the head, unable to hit the shots, but has to be cautious of the hatch as well, over towards kitchen. Knows there's going to be a player pushing up from there. That's going to be Dave. Doing it instead, though. Nico does find one. Over back towards Nazarati, takes him down. But there's another one in Dirt, caught out by the one from the hatch, and that's the problem there. It's the crossfire being held from the village people. Luckily, though, for the side of A7, they do find one back, but of course, there's only so much they can do. Nickonomics now with it all to do in a 1 versus 3. Finds the kit player, finds the second. Does he know where the last one is? It's from above, but he's able to get away from it for the time being. It's a dance and a duel to the death here. SMG 11 in hand. He's going to drop straight into the shotgun. Nickonomics, you have no right winning that one. The 1 versus 3. Chat in the game says it all. Wow, Clubhouse is off to a fiery start there. Nickonomics. Oh, that is a beautiful, beautiful stuff there. Oh, and there is something as well. This is what I want to talk about a little bit here. You know, it's Clubhouse. There's not a massive amount of analytical work to do. It's going to be a very standard game, all things considered. So as the prep phase goes through here, I forgot what to talk about here is it was in the Siege X beta. Of course, Siege X is the next iteration of Siege. If you've been living under a rock, go give it a Google. It's quite cool. But one thing I did want to talk about is in Siege X, when you're dropping, you're not going to be able to ADS anymore. There were in the beta build at least. I don't know whether it was intentional or not. I can't lie, I've not seen whether it was. I just saw people chatting about it a little bit. When you fall off something that is over vault height, you're unable to ADS while falling. So a hatch drop like that immediately becomes a lot more dangerous for the
10 seconds remaining.
hatch drop like that becomes immediately a hell of a lot more dangerous for that any attack inside or anyone that's looking to do a hatch drop really at all. You're falling off anything, you're going to be unable to really respond. Just curious, bit of food for thought there. It's going to make stuff like that. It's definitely going to be a nerf to the attack, especially towards more like basement-oriented bomb sites where you have hatch drops like that. Of course, being able to drop down that hatch and not really properly defend yourself is risky. But of course, as I say, I'm not sure whether that was intentional or not. I can't say I'm 100% sure on whether they did or didn't. So don't take my word for it. Do go do your own research. I do encourage you to, despite, you know, yapping over Rainbow Six Siege, talking a little bit. I'm not that knowledgeable on this game, so do go do your own homework. I highly encourage you to do that. But don't go anywhere just yet. We've still got the remainder of a best of 3 in our hands. We're going to start things off with the bandit trick. It is going to be successful. First exothermic has been burnt there. Well, the Thatch Thermite combo, not going to be able to hold on to it for a little bit. Economics continuing to make magic work here on Clubhouse. So other breaches towards construction. Oh no, that's actually... No, that's garage. Getting opened up here. You can see here the breach game from village people. They are finally Gonna get something done there. Economics, the pressure from the Montaigne, unable to be able to get that bandit battery back down here and using the shield to good effectiveness there. The village people, I like it a lot, but now here comes the difficulty of dealing with that yokai drone. They are gonna find it. Good stuff. Back in here another. Not on it for a time. Instead, Zeph is peeking out all the way from Paul. Has to try and retreat back safely. Should be able to do so. We're going to pause a little bit. 5 versus 5. Here, minute 15 left to go on this one. The attack. Well, there goes Dave hopping in on the shield. We saw it in map number 1. Montaigne used extensively, but it was by the other side. It was by A7. C4 is going to come through. Is going to down the Montaigne, and the attack for the village people. It's falling apart a little bit here. Zerati from outside the breach does find one back, but you look at the clock. You look at who is left standing here. 3 versus 4. They have to try and find an entry through half his plane below on the vertical. Sorry. Shoulder on rafters on the breach, needs to find a way into this one, but they know if they hop in, they're going to be hit by a flurry of utility and that vertical play. Niconomics has the C4. They know the player's there. Nick, they're in position to stay alive, get this round over, done and dusted. They just need to wait, and Zeph as well. Look at this, long angle. Wants to make this bedroom run out. There's going to be no one there. Oh, I love that yokai drone. They're going to mark the player's been hopped in. Toxic Babe's going to go. I don't think the C4 is going to be too far behind it. 20 seconds on the clock. Now the attack have to make an entry, have to make the push in here. Nick, he hears one close. He has the idea. But not going to be able to do so. Nick finds one, immediately traded back. It's a Claymore, finds Zeph. But it's all down to half, down below. No choice here but to go up red stairs. But the clock's going to do it. It's going to be the frost mat. I take that one back. And sure, the clock does the final blow there. But the attack really stomped out by the frost mat. Defense 2 in a row. A7 2-0 up on their opponent's map pick of Clubhouse. And that's a much better showing from them there. I was a little worried with A7 in the first round there, but I think it's a little bit of a momentum boost. It's the first, like, massive clutch up we've had this entire series there. And that's got to help the mental. That's got to boost your that's got to boost your state of mind here. Of course, you won map number 1. You're already boosted off quite into it, and you're just further cementing that feeling of advantage you have. Full site rotation going to need to be made here by A7. Of course, winning 2 in a row, you have to head to your tertiary bomb site, but we're on Clubhouse. A map with 3 very strong bomb sites, and depending on the team and who you ask, possibly a 4th as well. I'm just kidding. I don't actually know anyone who plays bar consistently. You had to see it. I actually don't see bar in a very long time, personally at least. Well, in something that I've casted at least. But unfortunately don't live brief siege. Either way. 2-0 up.
5 seconds left.
Here. A7, of course. Just for a reminder of the bracket here, folks. Overall, we're currently in the first round of group stage here in the Challenger Series for APL, for Oceania specifically. How it works is you've got to win 3 games before you lose 3 games. That's basically the gist of how Swiss stage works. Winners play winners, losers play losers. So the idea is if you start winning, you're going to get very difficult games very quickly, but that's because you're winning, that's because you're doing well. And of course, you're going to want to be looking to close things out, ideally 3-0. Ideally, you just storm through the first few games, win it 3-0, have yourself a very, very easy time, but that's not always the way. Some of these teams are going to have to fight tooth and nail all the way to round number 5 here to get themselves the job done. And, Zeph. Running out yet again. Was that the player? Yeah, that was the player. That's the player trying to get construction. That's unfortunate. Oh, Zeph's prepping the window already. Wants to go for it yet again. Beautiful angle there being held with the Toxic Babe. That's why we should just be watching Zeph at this point. And always seems to be finding these random kills out of nowhere. And good start for A7. Oh, Nick wants to get aggressive on this window. Wants to play it close with the shotgun. Shelter's going to fall to Syro, though. Does get traded back down, but Nico's there for the support. And it's not looking great here for the side of Village People. 2 versus 4 now. As Zarati finds one back. Orion does go down. Dave finds one elsewhere, but caught by the FNAT mine. It's all onto the shoulders of Dave. Left outside Jacuzzi. Forced to charge in there, but you can see there, Niconomics waiting on the close angle on the vault with the shotgun. Might just want to send it full swing it. But has the better idea to wait it out a little bit instead. Here's Dave on the barbed wire. Pre-fires the castle. Barbed wire's gone. It's 1 versus 2. We've seen a 1 versus 3 before. Can they do it again? I suppose that's the question. throwing a smoke grenade here. Syro is on low HP, but they've now got a good cross here, the side of A7, and they're not going to give this away, I don't. Just going to wait it out here. You can see they've castle barricaded in the faces. No choice here but to hop into bathroom. That's the idea of the player, but isn't able to find the pick. A7 storming through Clubhouse so far. 3-0 on the defense, and sure, don't get me wrong, you're on Clubhouse. You want to be looking at things in this kind of... you want to be looking... You know, you want to be getting those tertiary bomb sites over the line. That's the idea of Clubhouse. Unfortunately, you got winning them out here, and that's a massive, massive problem there for the Village people. They need to be winning these tertiary bomb sites at a minimum, because if you're not coming out of that attacking half 2-4, you're in a really tricky spot here going into the second half of the game. And A7, well, they're not slowing down at all here, really flexing their work on Clubhouse, showing their dominance. And as well as Prep Phase plays through, I'm going to go back very, very quickly and see what happened the last two times these teams played. Of course, where are we? R6 APL here. Past tournaments, we want to go to Oceania Open Qualifier number 1. That was a while ago now, 27 days ago to be exact. And let's see, so when these two teams played each other, it was 7-3. It was... I thought it might have been Clubhouse. So these two teams have played each other on Clubhouse before. Village people wanting to go back there yet again. And that video, well, it's mostly indicative. Interestingly enough, though, A7 obviously wanted to hide Border. Looking at Map Vita for that previous game, they banned Border as their first ban out in that previous matchup with these two. So the fact that A7 not only played it, but picked into it this time around, I think says monuments to what they've been working on as a team here. And they've also been working on their Clubhouse as well, because so far it's a much stronger showing than we've seen from them previously on it. 3-0 up now. Village people not looking at greatest to start things off here. Does hatch work? Going to be trying to get it, but the EMP misses the Electro Claw from down below. This is the Claw. Means that hatch remains reinforced. There you go, does find it. Should be able to get that breach open now. But look, you've barely got any X-Kairos left in Pollock now. It has to be perfect, or you're not going to be getting these hatches open with the X-Kairos at least. One set open, but we might have to pause on the hatch watch for a minute as Niconomics does find half hatches open. Vertical's being pressured. Forced to retreat back towards the objective here. Do they know how close this player is in the tunnel? That's the question. Nezarati in a good position as well and a good operator. But the rest of the team not looking so good as Nico finds Dave. Xing forced back by the Toxic Babe here. Infinitum is now all that remains standing. Does find Zeph on the Warden. Trades it out, but it's 2 versus 4 now. Kit's going to be recovered. They have to try and find a way back into this one. Oh, don't see Nico. That's dangerous there. Does have a C4 in pocket as well. Definitely could try and make that one work. But A7, they look primed and ready to take yet another round here. Village people, well, we might need a tactical timeout after this. We might need a pause on it because this game, this series, quickly slipping away from you. The closeness that we saw from them at the start of Border, at the start of round number 1, map number 1, it's just not... I'm just not seeing it here on Clubhouse. It's all individual. They're dying alone, not always trading things out. The utility's not going very well. Triple for Nico. Infinitium got it all to do. Do spot a player at Para. It hits like a truck. It does a lot of damage. But with all of the might of A7 weighed down upon you, Toxic Babes denying that angle. 30 seconds on the clock. Surely this one's a done deal. It very much likely is there. Does find Nick. Takes them down. But damage has been done. Do they know about Syro? Yes, they do. Hold on a minute. This one might not be over. Infinitum makes it into a 1 versus 2. A7, they've got it. They're going to play close. They're going to hold their angles here. Does he know how close Nico's playing? Does he know the angle? That's the question. Going to be forced to just swing straight into a cross here. They know where he's coming from. No time here from the attacker. And they're just going to let the clock speak there. A7 not going to get over ambitious. Not going to let that one slip away. And 4-0 now. The Village people that we saw on map number 1, they're just not here on Clubhouse at all. A7 have had their number so far. They've done what I argue is the minimum for the half here. 4 rounds on the defense, that's what you need. But You still got 2 rounds to play for here. Possibly a 5-1, possibly even a flawless. The best the Village people can do here is win these next 2 rounds, but no timeout going to be called. Instead, straight into round number 5. Penultimate round of first half of what well could be the final map if the trends continue here. A7, only 3 rounds are separating them from a strong victory today. Not only that, it separates them from, of course, they go up in the 1-0 bracket. Just check over all things, actually. See if any teams have been confirmed yet, because obviously there'll always be, almost always going to be someone who qualifies through. You know, there's almost always an early bird. Almost always.
10 seconds to go.
Right, quick spoiler warning. If you don't want to hear what games are going on, please cover your ears, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm about, for the next 30 seconds, I'm going to spoiler dump you all. Actually, Zeph might be going for something a little bit spicy here. No, he's not. He's going to just take damage and run away. Okay. Right, now we're done doing craziness. Can we just pause for 5 seconds, please? Right, Ludovica, 2-0 Omen. Arrival 7, 1-0 Village People. Altazelios, Spectrum Soldiers, 1-0 Altazelios. Team Anios, 1-0 Saga Esports. Outlast Gaming, 2-0 Fruit Snacks. Overtime R6 Discipline 0-0. True Synergy Gaming 1-0 Cold in Hell. Antic X Odium 1-0 Team Picnic. Sorry if that was quick. Exclamation mark bracket if you do want to go and read it for yourself. Because we're going to get back to the round on hand here. And A7, we're going fast, but we're stopped right now. Tracks there as Infinitum falls. Ooh, nice position from Nico. Really do like it, and I don't know if they've droned him out. Oh, that's a yokai drone. I'm getting confused. Oh, the one falls. Zeph does fall. A double for Orion, but it's a double right back for half. But you've got a blitz in your face now, Orion. You've got to run, my friend. The shield's going to find it, not able to catch it through the wall, and now he's in a really good spot here. The Village people, they're in a good spot for this one here, but it just does not stick for long. Half goes down, and it's the blitz on his own. Syro finds it. A7, 5-0 up here. Warming away, stealing this map. Their opponent's map pick is nothing to A7. Dominating through the thing. And well, 5-0 up. What more can you say at this point, really? A7 looking so good. Village people, they're getting aggressive, but it's just not working. We need to pause. We need to try and find something else. We need to try and find a way back into this here for the Village people. I've got a feeling this one, it's going to be done, dusted, before anything else can be said. We're going to have to wait and see, of course. One final defensive round. Why is the clubhouse music still going? Why do I still hear clubhouse music? I don't normally get clubhouse music in the prep phase. Is it just going to continually play music this entire round? Aww. I was quite enjoying that.
10 seconds to go.
We'd have more music in the prep phase. It'd be fun. It's like, let's get some bands. Okay, Ubisoft, great idea here. We put a rhythm game inside of Rainbow Six Siege. Why has performance stats turned itself on again? It always randomly does that. There we go. There you go. Yeah, we should have a rhythm game inside of Rainbow Six Siege, right? And then when you buy a music track, just like, you know, in that other game, Tiaki, thank you very much for the raid, my friend. I'm assuming, yes, Ludovica Omen. Quick game there on the stream. Thank you very much for the raid, my friend. Everyone, go and give Tiaki some love. Absolute amazing human being. Absolute amazing caster. Gonna have to put that on pause. Just 2 seconds here. It's getting aggressive. It's getting spicy. 3 versus 3. We've been a little bit distracted here. Oh, Infinitum hops straight into bathroom. Finds it. We're 2 versus 2 now. This map is a brawl. Village people, they've decided enough is enough. They just want to full send these last 2 rounds on their attack. The slow game, it's not worked, and they have to try and send it fast. The previous one didn't work out quite so well. We're going to be trying it again. Doc stims Nico back up to full HP. The attack, 75 HP, and sitting here. Shelter's in gym. Infinitum is in bathroom. Oh, but Zeph's better on the shot. It's all down to Infinitum to deny the flawless half from A7. A 1 versus 2 is required. Gonna see one, but knows about the one behind. Struggling with that F2 recoil just a little bit. Sees the feet. Knows the player's still there. But with 1 minute 30 seconds of the round here, A7, they don't have to give away anything. They can just wait it out. They can just... They still baiting him out with a feet. That's just teasing him at this point. Nico keeping us on edge. 1 minute 16 here. Oh, they have a bulletproof camera as well. They can see it. They know he's still in there. Know he's still waiting. Zeph on the cross. Well, there you go. Zeph's going to swing, close it out. A7, flawless half. Barely even got an opportunity to see any of that round there. Just absolute dominance. 6-0 A7. The Village people going to have to answer back with their own flawless half if they want to take this game and if they want to keep themselves alive in this series. Otherwise, a quick 2-0 for Arrival 7. What started off as quite a close game has really sort of spiraled out of control a little bit. Towards the end of border, there were cracks shown for the Village people, and they've just been torn wide open here in map number 2. Yaki, thank you very much for the raid, my friend. I hope the game, despite being quick, was entertaining nonetheless. Of course, folks, I believe Tiaki, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I believe Tiaki will be back live tomorrow. I don't want to say for guaranteed without knowing 100% certainty, but I will not be. Tiaki probably will be, and I can confirm Tiaki does a phenomenal job of casting. So do go along, drop him a follow. Go along tomorrow morning, tomorrow evening, same time tomorrow, which was 7 p.m. AEDT, 9 a.m. BST for those of you in Europe, because there's always a couple of Europeans floating around in Australia, and now on one of the teams as well. I'm sure you've all seen the news. Anyone watching this is probably, well, anyone watching Challenger Series probably has seen the news. GG, of course, picking up, I believe it was, I want to say Creed's. Yeah, I've forgotten the other two. I'll be honest. I'll be honest, I can't remember the other two names, but I think it was a couple of European boys. Creed's, I was going to say Debbie, but Debbie's a Spanish caster. She's a Spanish player. Either way, European imports, but what is going to be exported from this round is going to be Syro. This Scopos upstairs, taking the first pick, finds the opening engagement for this round here. A7, man down for the first time, and you can see here the Scopos just going to switch back down to the basement. Totally safe now. All the way down in the basement. Oh, but he's found. Never mind. Scopos is not safe. Scopos is dead. It's traded back by Dave, though. Does find an answer through here in Freezer on a little bit of a run out. A little bit cheeky, but the question is, can you get back to size safely? That is the real question mark here over for the side of the Village people. Can they get Dave back to the site safely? Well, we'll have to wait and see. A minute 40 this round still to play, so plenty of time, really. A7, they know the player's in there. They're going to swing him. They're going to find him. The vertical is not enough to take down Niconomics. C4 is going to be thrown. What was C4? No, it was an impact grenade. I have no clue what was thrown up there. There was someone throwing something. It was not explosive, I can tell you that one. Up in a keep barricade. No, I have no clue. Maybe I'm just seeing things. Maybe it's that morning cast curse of just absolute craziness coming on through. Of course. Final minute of the round. 3 on 3. What do A7 have? Well, kitchen hatch. Gonna be wide and opened up there. Hardest Elmers. Vertical work being made by A7. How can the Village people hold on here? They've got the HP advantage, but that's about all they've really got in a minute. They've got some good barricades and some impacts to work with. But it's going to have to be brilliant. It's going to have to be some amazingness here from the side of Village people if they want to keep themselves alive in this series here. What could be the final round, final execute, final 30 seconds. See how this one shapes up. Hatches being eyed up. They're aware of the Banshees, aware of the utility. We're going to send it. Getting ready to. There you go. There comes the drop. Here come the players through. 2 versus 2 on the objective. A duel at the door, but it's Infinitum with a double. And a really needed one of that. Niconomics left on the hatch. Trying to hold the vertical angles, but with time against him. I think that's it. Finds one. Can he quite clutch it? No! One more second, half a second more, and probably would have found that. Something about an economics in this basement objective. Almost brings out the clutch factor, but almost is the key word there. Finally, the village people find one, but that round, that could have gone, but that could have been absolute disaster. But just about the village people do find it. Now, that's one round. They still have to do 5 more rounds of that, and I don't know if I could take 5 more rounds. Scoreboard check 10 and 4. We're throwing him on the Montaigne. Oh no. Ooh, oh, nope. I got tempted for a minute there. Saw Aurora being played, and I was like, "Ooh, Aurora." Nope, we're not allowed, Aurora. Not allowed nice things. Oh, one thing that is always good, and you're guaranteed to get in those. Always get a good little bit back and forth in the all chat. Europe, please take notes. There's not enough all chat in Europe. It's disappointing, honestly.
5 seconds left.
All chat keeps games entertaining. You know,
Attackers are heading
who cares about drone and who cares about setting up the site? You know, talking trash in all chat. That's how you want to be starting off these rounds. And, ooh, half. Try something. Croxton Layton, thank you very much for sets. Thank you very much. I do apologise as well for any extended delays from chat replies. I'm kind of observing myself, so 4-minute delay on everything. So, thank you very much. And I knew someone would know. Ooh, does Nico know about the player below? No, he does not. Solus gets away with an absolute freebie onto the Ash. And Half's running out of the building still. And that is Montaigne. Ooh. Bit of a role reverse. Normally it's the other way around. We see it's the attackers pushing up the red stairs. This time it's going to be Nickonomics trying to defend the top of it. Has to go down, try and hunt these players. Looking a little bit split here from A7 for the time being, but I'm going to try and isolate this cash room player. Infinitum does have a golden canister to work with and run away with. But A7, they're just falling apart now. It's the other way around. We didn't want to say we're going to see another 6-0 half, but bit of momentum there for village people as A7 crumble in here in round number 8. And we're seeing, well, what very is likely going to be 2 in a row here for the defense. 2 in a row for village people, 8 in a row for the defensive side as a whole. And wow, that one was a very speedy round there. Over before, yet again, it really even started. Round number 9, we're going to head through on towards it. Match point still looming, of course. One mistake from the side of the village people. It is all over. But clock. Big phase ticks away. Full site rotation required. Now, this is the concern here. This is, of course, the tertiary bomb site for the side of the village people.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
They're going to have to defend it, and they can't afford to lose it, because if they do, it is game over. Of course, for the Raiders just joining us, sure you've seen it at the top of the screen. But A7, they're already a map up. They win this, they win the series. If the village people want to bring this one back, not only have to win it here, but they also have to win out our decider map pick of... Oh dear, the old chat. A7 are having some fun at this point. I think they know.
10 seconds to insertion.
It's always good to see a bit of fun being had here.
Left before insertion.
Of course.
Attacker's objective is to
Are we going to see something crazy run out? I think Half wants it yet again. Half's looking for it. Gonna wait to see if they see the players. Oh, I like this angle. Gonna spray, not gonna find it. Gonna just retreat back safely. Nothing too spicy just yet. We're gonna wait and pause. We're gonna wait and see. Ooh, here comes the Montaigne. You can see that Nezerati down below. Difficult spot, but not a lot of castle barricades. And I mean a lot of castle barricades, though. Got a feeling we might be seeing a bit of a run out here. No Claymore. Maybe able to make it work. Nope, going to drop down to the basement instead. Main breach is going to be opened up. Bandit battery is placed on the wrong wall. Not going to be able to deny the exothermic. Wall is going to be opened wide up. The animal shelter forced to retreat. Good start there for A7 on the utility. Vulcan Canister is going to be popped. Denied Montaigne. This Rafters position ever so pivotal to hold here on this top floor bomb site. Needs it held. Needs it locked. Safe. Still, he's itching to make a run out. Itching to make a play happen. But, oh, that's good there. That breach will not be enterable. You might be able to use it as a sideline, but you're not going to get through it. And you've got no more Selma charges to get it open with either. You may be able to put an exothermic on there, but that's all you're going to be able to do. Locked out by the keeper barricade, Orion, and that's so clever because look at that. The Montaigne's on his own. He's isolated, but not for long as well. He's isolated with a down defender now. Half is falls down. Zev, let's find one elsewhere. It's effectively a 3 versus 5 now. A7 looking in much better form this round. Nick, type in uh-oh in chat there. I mean, you're stopped by the Vulcan Canister. What can you do other than just type in all chat while you wait for that fire to go? Minitum, that's fine one back. 10 kills to the name. There's still some strong guns alive here for the village people, but they're being very much constrained here. You look at the overhead, they've not got much wiggle room to play with here. A7 made their way in towards the objective, may be able to try and eye up a plant, not that too long away. Animal shelter, good position here on the red stairs to try and play back into this one. Hold the cross, does do a lot of damage on Syro, but unable to confirm the kill. And look at that, Kit's going down, but it's going to be stopped by the Toxic Babes there. Stalling things out slightly. C4's going to go, it's going to find Syro. And it's falling apart slightly here for the side of A7, but they're still holding on 2 versus 3 for the game here. Dave needs to find this engagement, isn't going to be able to do so. It's all down to Infinitum for the game. Not going to be able to do it. A7, GG. Congratulations to them. A 2-0 victory there. Safe start indeed. 7-2 victory there for A7. What more can you ask for? Good start to Swiss stage for them. And they are going to find themselves in the 1-0 bracket for the village people. It was a good start, but as the game went on, things got a little bit rocky. Things got a little bit unfortunate. And as a result, they were unable to close that one out. Hi, this is my face. Sorry, I realised I haven't actually put my face on stream all day this morning. Welcome on in. Yeah, I've got no more to say, really, add on to that one. A brilliant start from A7, of course. Congratulations to them. Commiserations to, of course, the side of village people. Great, of course, effort in the first map. Started off strong. It dwindled off a little bit towards the end there. But at the end of the day, it's going to be the side of A7. Now, bracket is quickly shaping up here. Got a couple of games that are still over. A couple of games that still are underway here. Ludovica, A7, Outlast, and Antic X Odium. They're all 2-0. 2-0 games. Those teams that I've just listed, they have won their respective games. Exclamation mark bracket if you do want to go and check out the full list of games. They've won their bracket. They've won their game. They're going to be going up in the 1-0 bracket. Still got 4 games, being played here. Overtime, Discipline, Alter Zelios, Spectrum Soldiers, Team Anios, Saga Esports, Cold and Hell, True Synergy Gaming, which I believe, unfortunately, funnily enough, one of them is being casted. I was panicking for a second. I was thinking to myself, oh no, we're the only all the casted games have been 2-0s and all like the less close games have been all the other games have been really one-sided. Thank God for that. But either way, congratulations, of course, to A7. I'm going to be throwing it off here because, well, we've got EML coming up in just a couple of hours. So if you are interested, do come along back to this channel. Watch. I'm not sure who we're going to be following next. Do say in chat if you do have any ideas. Maybe do some fun things as well. So, yeah, that all being said, thank you all very much for watching. Thank you very much, Tiaki, for the raid. Best of luck to the teams all playing tomorrow morning because I will not be here. So best of luck to you. And for anyone watching from OS, have a wonderful rest of your evening, and I will hopefully be seeing all of you next Saturday. Take care, hang around, because we'll be raiding the KJ Assassin, who is following... I literally just read it. How have I forgotten this information already? KJ is following Team Anios versus Saga Esports. So, we're raiding that team just a couple of seconds, so don't go anywhere. But take care, have a wonderful evening. See you all next time. Bye-bye.
Then get up, get dressed. before work's off my list. What's left to do, just guess. It's you, my favorite, but I wanna taste you and feel you shake, raising an earthquake. Can't push the brakes when a rush hits. We're going in, we're going in. You keep me biting my cheek, year after year. Only gets better, I'm weak in the knees. We hit the sheets, you on my lips, I'm feeling the heat. That's all I need. Ah, 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 ah. When a day's gone, we've only begun. That's the best part. When we get it on, I'm addicted, no denying it. Cause you don't cross my mind, you live in it. I wanna taste you and feel you shake, raising an earthquake. Can't push the brakes when a rush hits. We're going in, we're going in. You keep me biting my cheek, year after year. Only gets better, I'm weak in the knees. We hit the sheets, you on my lips, I'm feeling the heat. That's all I need. Ah, 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 ah.
I'm about